And so anyway, he was on all these different, he was on all these different medications, and he was always in pain. And then last fall, a friend of ours told us about Larry. And so I got a hold of Larry. And at the beginning of this journey, I had said to Don, I said, all right, I will go to the top of the Himalayan mountain ranges to find some guru up there to help you. We will do anything we can. And he said, okay. So we have tried a lot of different things. We came to Larry, and within like a month, a very short amount of time, Don's pain went from a normal of 7 to 9, that's just normal daily pain, 7 to 9, down to 0 to 1.
Wow.
And I saw a huge change in Don's behavior and his attitude toward life, and he was walking taller and straighter, and I could tell that just not having that constant pain was just life transforming for him and for me, and I'll always be grateful.
Just from a medical perspective, shingles that causes post-herpetic neuralgia is a permanent condition that cannot be cured and typically does not change in pain level, and sometimes just progressively gets worse. So the fact that in that short a period of time it was changed and apparently cured by Larry, it has no Western medical explanation. So we have to ask Larry, what the heck did you do?
I talked to Paula about it. Here's Paula.
And Clark. Hello, everybody.
She's the woman behind everything else. Here, Paula, here's the chair. Just a minute.
No, I'll get this one.
It's okay, Larry. Just
I got another one over here.
so anyway, I mean that and the same thing's true of the discussion of the emphysema. That is an incurable progressive disease. People do not recover spontaneously from that in any way ever, and medicine really has no answer for those two conditions at all. So that's nothing short of miraculous from a medical standpoint. I'm surprised the doctors didn't say, well, I'll be sending you more, which would have been my response if you were really paying attention to people suffering. You would go, okay, I've got a whole backlog, I'll send them right over. But that just doesn't happen in medicine for some reason. The skepticism is too great, I think.
I'm out of business. If it
Well,
weren't,
my husband died in May, and he was a cardiovascular surgeon. He smoked. That's not relevant right now, but he. So when I first found Larry, I had a dog that had 2 tumors in his brainstem that this poor dog, he was. Well, anyway, a miracle happened. Something happened before Larry. And he was going to die in 3 weeks. And anyway, he lived. I'm usually not tongue-tied. But anyway, so we were able to treat that. And then when he started, not doing well, I'm like, oh my God. So I found Larry on the internet. And I was in North Carolina. My husband was back in the Woodlands with the dog. His name was Joe Dirt. And Larry started working on Joe, and my husband would call me and say, I can see such a difference in this dog, before Larry, after Larry. And so that was many years ago, and Dan was a 100% believer in Larry. I mean, because then we had another dog, Izzy, then I would call Larry about stuff about me. Then my sister had a dog that was going to have a liver biopsy this summer, and her liver enzymes were just horrible. And my sister brought her to 2 different vets, and they're like, yeah, we really need to do a liver biopsy. And in the meantime, I had told Renee about Larry, so Larry was working on Phoebe, and Larry said, I don't see anything wrong with Phoebe's liver. So Renee brought her in for the biopsy in Nashville, like top of the top veterinarian place. And And Renee said, I want you to do her blood work before you do her biopsy. Totally normal. Can you believe that? Yeah, I mean, of course we can.
That was about a
So
10,
anyway,
10-day period.
But
I
I'm
believe.
just saying, my husband was a cardiovascular surgeon and a 100% believer in Larry because he could see, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. You almost have to be there.
He did not, apparently he didn't convince very many at MD Anderson, however.
No, they would never talk about that at, you know.